I've had a few people who've been showing an interest in the rig that I've put together recently, and I thought I'd run through the basic elements from the guitar all the way down to the amplifier, of how the rig has been constructed and how it works basically, and I thought it might be a bit more interesting than the multitude of tutorials that I've been posting recently. So yeah, here goes. First off is the RS guitar that I use, which is a KZ Pro. It's pretty much set up as probably most of your guitars are. I use a very light gauge of string. Todd recently asked how the trem was set up, and you should be able to get an idea if I just position this a little bit better. Looks something like that. The anorak in me has kind of put me down this route of using this Levy strap, which to be fair, I find very comfortable as well. A great strap. I've got a couple of them now. And on the strap I also have this booster, which is a 2006 touring booster. Well, on this strap I've got the 2006 Friar touring booster. On my other strap I've got the 2005, which I've kind of gaffer taped and tie wrapped to the strap there. You can see a short lead here which goes round to the jack input socket there, so it's an angle jack there as well. And the other lead is a Monster cable which goes directly into the wah unit at the back of my rig. This is the rig that I've based around the Mike Hill units. The black box is the amp router, which feeds the 3 amps and also feeds the stereo loop switcher, the cream coloured box with the blue light, which now allows me to switch up to 10 different effects units in or out. They are mutually exclusive, meaning that you can only have one of the effects units switched in, which is something that Brian specifically asked for, so that you know, I suppose he doesn't accidentally leave one on whilst changing to the other. Brian tends to use just one unit at a time for a particular effect, more for simplicity, but I guess also for a cleaner signal path. Pete Malandrone's recent guitarist video pretty much went through all of these, an excellent description of all the different units within the Mike Hill rig that Brian uses. You can see at the top there is a wah unit, which is directly fed by the lead from my guitar, or in Brian's case a radio pack system. There's the chorus, which is the main chorus for the out front sound, and this is based upon one of the presets within the unit, slightly modified just to sort of give it a slightly more Brian feel to it. Underneath is the main delay unit, set to 800 and 1600 milliseconds, and then the 2 Mike Hill units with the Goots button and the other button to the side of it, which basically means if you've not got a stage box, which is that fellow here, then you can switch that down and it will operate without the stage box, just feeding all of the amplifiers. And the Goots, which we've kind of spoken about, the get out of the shit button, which there is obviously a button on the rig, as you can see there, which can be pressed when all else fails and just routes the signals through a separate set of sends and returns in the event that one of the effects units dies. On the bottom 3 units, you've got a 2 TCs and a Rocktron, another Rocktron XL, IntelliFX XL, which provides primarily just you know, the weird and wonderful, another one bites the dust, kind of magic pitch climb effect, which is a standard, as far as I'm aware, a standard patch, which seems to sound spot on to what Brian uses in those songs. The only thing you need to do when using that is obviously defeat the center amp to get rid of it. Otherwise you're going to hear the dry signal as well as the effect. The stage box controls the amplifiers, and when using the climb effect you've really got to be setting the stage box to just the Voxes, which basically means the two outside AC30s. On the current 2008 tour, the rig was configured as such that the centre amp was connected to the D key channel, not the original three main outputs as originally designed, which was used on, I believe, on the 2005 tour. So when using the climb effect, you just literally click in the two outside speaker amplifiers, thus defeating the dry centre channel, otherwise it would sound a little strange or stranger, and the both channel for when the effect is off and you want all three amps on at the same time. Underneath the Climb Rocktron effect is two TC G-Force units, one which provides the harmonies for Show Must Go On, or part of the Show Must Go On, and Say It's Not True, and underneath that is a very luxurious G-Force which provides just a harmony just for one note in the Show Must Go On. That's more the way I'm using it at the moment. I'm assured by Pete that Brian doesn't use it like that, and that he switches it very carefully on the pitch unit on the Show Must Go On, but I find that when playing the notes and moving from the minor to the major harmony, there is a slight glitch in the sound, which could be more to my configuration, but I find if I'm switching from from one unit to the other using the pedal board, it's much smoother. Well, in fact, you can't hear it at all, so that works well for me. Having a look at the pedals now, there's a number of them, as you can see, and you can see why Pete is so valuable on the tour at the moment. Just controlling this lot whilst on stage is a complete nightmare, which I'm beginning to discover, but it's all good fun. This is the foot controller controlling the rack wah DCI unit. Basically this is very similar to Brian's in that it's been modified by Mike Hill to move the LEDs which were on the front of the unit. I don't know if you can see just there. You see there are just two holes there now, and they've been moved to a little grey box which is connected via a stereo jack into the actual pedal. If you click on the pedal, you can see now instantly that whereas before you wouldn't have seen the LEDs, now you can see that they're on and they can be switched off, etc. So that's literally all that Mike Hill did to the unit. The actual unit is just a controller. Actually, there's no filters or anything in that pedal. That's all controlled via the DCR unit. If you can see here, the Crybaby unit at the top there. I've already mentioned the stage box, which is the Vox D-Key both controller, which is connected directly to the amp router. The unit below is the stereo loop switching pedal, which switches in the chorus delay, a pitch which is also controlled via the MIDI pedal, the Climb Rocktron, and the one-off unit, the Show Must Go On unit. Below is the MIDI controller, which a good friend of mine found for me, thank you John, and controls the pitch unit for the Show Must Go On, Say It's Not True. I also have a Keep Yourself Alive delay, the 800 millisecond delay, set up in the pitch unit as well for our current set. And of course there is the mute switch, which is pretty useful. Literally just cuts the whole system out when the red light is on. Great for tuning up or just to stop the snowstorm.